2026 MLB Futures Game is absolutely loaded. This has the chance to be one of the best rosters we've ever seen. Now, I'm not going to go through and talk about the 50-ish names that are going to be playing in the Futures Game. Instead, I kind of circled 15 of them that I think are names that you need to know, guys that you need to watch, because I either really like them as a player, or I think they have the ability to turn into a future star in Major League Baseball. And the only place that makes sense to start right now is with the most electric player in the game, in my opinion, the guy that I have starred, circled, the person I want to watch play the most, and that's Seth Hernandez of the Pittsburgh Pirates. But first, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, SeatGeek. The MLB season is in full swing. The All-Star Game is just a few days away, and you're going to want to be there, so you need tickets. That's why you go to SeatGeek and use my code Giraffe10 for 10% off your first order of MLB tickets on SeatGeek. There's also over 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek right now, so you could go to baseball games, you could go to concerts, maybe you want to go see the World Cup. There are so many different options. My personal favorite feature on SeatGeek is their SeatGeek score. That's where they rate tickets on a scale of 1 to 10 to let you, the buyer, know if you're getting a good deal or not. So when you see tickets with a score closer to 10 with a green dot on the map, that means it's a good deal. You should buy those tickets. When you see tickets with a score closer to 1 with a red or orange dot on the map, that means it's not a great deal. You don't need to buy those. So once again, I've got the hookup for you guys. Use my code Giraffe10 for 10% off your first purchase of MLB tickets on SeatGeek. So make sure you click the link in the description right now to download the SeatGeek app and have my code automatically added to your account for that 10% discount. Thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it. It's simple. Seth Hernandez throws like 102, 103 miles an hour. He was the number 6 overall draft pick back in 2025. He's 20 years old. He's dominated every level he's at. He struck out over 110 batters in 69 innings this year. Nice. He's got a wicked curveball, a really good changeup, even a really good slider. At 20 years old, 4+ pitches with maybe the best fastball in the entire minor leagues. There's nothing not to like about Seth Hernandez. He is going to be a future star. He is going to be a future ace, and I will plant my flag and say he's probably going to win a Cy Young or two. He just has a chance to be one of the best pitchers in baseball once he gets to the major league level. I can't even imagine a rotation that is going to possibly have Paul Skeens and Seth Hernandez in it. Could you imagine going back-to-back days against those guys? Hernandez is truly special. He's the perfect archetype of player for this type of game. One inning, throw 102 miles an hour, impress everybody. And then on the hitting side, the prospect I'm most excited to see has got to be Jesus Mate. He's the number 1 prospect in all of baseball, shortstop for the Milwaukee Brewers, 19 years old, all the way up to AA. He's been a top prospect for over a year now, so you guys have probably heard the name, and now you get to watch him play in a game against the other top prospects. He's a switch-hitting shortstop. His tool set is absolutely ridiculous. He is a true 5-tool player. He has a future value of like 65, which you just don't see very often on prospects. This is a franchise cornerstone. This is who the Brewers are going to be building around. This is why the Brewers haven't gone out and gotten any better shortstop, because Jesus Mate is coming probably as soon as next season, and the combination of his speed, power, playing shortstop, on-base ability, contact ability, bat-to-ball skills, he does everything at an exceptional rate. So in the few at-bats that we see in him from this game, I just want to see what he looks like against other top prospects, because he hasn't struggled at almost any level. He's been really good, and now he's going to be going up against the best guys there are in the minors. Jesus Mate is a special player. This is going to be a future all-star, maybe even MVP. Before we get going deeper into this list, I do have some honorable mentions. Xavier Nyans of the Houston Astros org, one of the best young prospects in baseball right now, hitting for crazy power. Josiah Hartshorn won the 2024 Home Run Derby, I believe, for high school athletes at Globe Life Field. He has been a major riser in the minor leagues this season for the Cubs. Joseph Jerwa of the Baltimore Orioles is a 6'8" lefty who just fills the zone up with strikes. Anybody that big pitching, I'm interested to see, especially from the left side. And then keep an eye out for Miguel Cime Jr. of the Washington Nationals, 19-year-old pitching prospect who throws like 103 miles an hour. He's extremely raw, but this is the perfect place for him to showcase his stuff. It's absolutely electric. He just doesn't really know where it's going sometimes, which is also why I want to watch this guy pitch, because the top end ceiling is out of control. There's just a lot of variables with him. Next, let's talk about Cade Anderson, who is probably the most polished prospect in this entire game. Cade Anderson went number 3 overall last year to the Seattle Mariners in the MLB draft out of LSU. And while Seth Hernandez has more of the velo crazy eye-popping numbers, Cade Anderson probably just overall is the best pitcher in this game. So good that we're gonna see him, I think, at the major leagues this year for the Mariners down the stretch. He's probably like the 3rd best pitcher in their organization, and that's an organization that's loaded with pitching. He has swing and miss stuff. He has command. He has the pedigree. He was an ace in college, and he simply hasn't not dominated dominated as a pro for a single second. Anderson's made 14 starts at AA this year, has a 1.36 ERA, a whip at .69, nice. He struck out 108 batters in 72 and 2/3 innings, walking only 10. Another guy who is going to be an ace for a very, very long time in Major League Baseball, and you'll probably see him up for the Mariners in less than a month. Okay, I'll just keep going with the Mariners guys real quick. Ryan Sloan, another Mariners ace pitching prospect. It's kind of why I want to bunch them together, because the fact that there's two of these Mariners pitchers in this game is absolutely ridiculous. They are two of the 10 best prospects in all of baseball, and I think probably two of the best 3 pitching prospects in the game. Sloan is another pitching demon, big frame, extension king, throws a ton of strikes, has only walked 12 batters in about 62 1/3 innings this year. The fastball velo isn't the highest, but again, because of his size, it plays up on you. And he, again, is probably going to maybe make it to the majors by the end of the year. If not, he will be on the roster for 2027. While Anderson is a little bit more polished, Sloan is a little bit more of the physical freak projectable arm that's so exciting, and especially in the Mariners farm system where they just build beasts out of nowhere. Ryan Sloan has the quality of pitches that makes you so excited to see him pitch. I can't wait to watch these two throw. All right, let's talk about a National League player here for a second. Mike Sirota of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers acquired him from the Cincinnati Reds in a trade for Gavin Lux, which, oh my God, Cincinnati, what are we doing? And what do you know? The Dodgers have turned him into an absolute prospect juggernaut. The numbers are ridiculous this year. Sirota is a borderline top 10 prospect in the entire league. Grades as a 60 future value, which again, great player. He is a little bit older compared to some of these other prospects, 23 years old, but this year he's hitting .322 with a .481 on base, .568 slug, and .1049 OPS across 2 levels, high A and double A. And since his promotion, he hasn't slowed down either, with an OPS well above 1,000 there too. Hits for power, runs for days, plays great outfield, has a good arm, hits for contact. There's nothing not to like about Mike Sirota. Probably one of the best all-around players in this entire game. And then I'll pair him up with his teammate, another top prospect in the Dodger system, Jose DePaula. Oh, I mean, if you've watched any of my prospect videos, I've been oogling and ogling over this dude for years now. He's unbelievable. He's extremely talented. Shout out Stephon Marbury. I always gotta say it. This is his cousin. Let's go Knicks. DePaula is a physical beast, 6'3", 185. The exit velos are off the charts. He's dominating AA right now. .321 average, .419 on base, .552 slug with a .971 OPS. He's got 42 extra base hits in 77 games, including 15 homers and 26 doubles. He's walking more than he's striking out. He's stolen 25 bases. I don't even care what he looks like in the outfield. When you hit like Jose DePaula does, you've got my attention, and this is going to be a future star for the Los Angeles Dodgers. There is no doubt about it. Out of all the hitters in the Futures game, he is probably going to be the biggest impact bat in it. Back to the American League, let's talk about Theo Gillan of the Tampa Bay Rays. Gillan was selected 18th overall back in the 2024 MLB draft, and as a 20-year-old, he's all the way up in AA already. And while AA's been a little bit more difficult for him than High A, all the stuff that you love about Gillan is why you need to keep an eye out for him in this game. At High A this year, .342 average, .449 on base, .589 slug for a .1038 OPS. In 57 games, 12 homers, 12 doubles, 44 RBIs, stole 28 bases. He's another 5-tool player. He's really starting to fill into his frame too, which makes me think that there's just so much power inside of Theo Gillan, where because of the bat-to-ball skills, because of the power growing, and because of his speed, I think we might have a future 30-30 guy in our hands. You gotta watch him play. He's incredible. Another top 10 prospect in baseball in the American League, Franklin Arias. Shortstop, Boston Red Sox. That's the future shortstop. He's going to be the shortstop next season. And unlike a lot of other shortstop prospects you hear about, he's a real one. He's going to play shortstop. He's going to hit enough to play there. He's going to field well enough. He's great at the position. And that matters a lot, because if you can get that shortstop value with that bat, he becomes an impact player automatically. And while the power tool is something that is still developing for Franklin Arias, this season, it's taken a huge step forward. He already has 17 homers and 16 doubles on the season. We're coming into it. As a professional, he only had 18 home runs total in the last 3 seasons. This year, he's hitting .332 with a .418 on base, .602 slug for a .1020 OPS. The bat-to-ball skills are incredible. The Red Sox have done a really good job of increasing bat speed, and they've done that for Franklin Arias, which has helped develop his power. And the fact that the glove is that good at shortstop, this is an exciting prospect. Future franchise player for the Red Sox. And you know what? I'll pair him up with the other Red Sox prospect I want to talk about in today's video, Anthony Ianson. Seth Hernandez is electric. Cade Anderson is disgusting. Anthony Ianson is a little bit of both. The fastball's touched 100 miles an hour, but what's really interesting about him is he's got the splitter, he's got the curveball, and the slider might be the best in all of minor league baseball. And when you can throw upper 90s with a whiff pitch like you have with the slider and also a really good splitter to go along with it, that pitch mix already puts you as a frontline starter, and he's been one of the fastest risers in minor league baseball this year. A third-round pick last season by the Red Sox. Craig Breslow may not be able to make trades, but he's done really well in the draft. So yes, in a Futures Game showcase like we're seeing this weekend, Anthony Ianson, who's got some of the most electric pitches in the minors, is perfect to watch. He'll come out, he'll throw upper 90s, that slider is going to move like a wiffle ball, he'll throw a couple splitters in there hopefully. Red Sox pitching development's been great, another frontline starter on the way. Next, let's talk about White Sox prospect Caleb Bonham. Second round pick back in 2024, Caleb Bonham has been flying through the minor leagues all the way up to AA this season. What's exciting about Bonham is he's probably a corner guy, but we're looking at some serious power potential. Another guy who I think could be a potential 30 home run a year bat at the major league level. As long as the development continues to go as it's been, he has a really balanced profile. Everything is pretty solid for him. Again, I think that his size, his bat speed, he's just a strong dude. I think the power is something that could push him to that next level where you're seeing a future top 5 prospect in the game. Simply on the hitting side, playing third base is going to hurt him a little bit because I don't necessarily think he is a shortstop truthfully, but in the Futures Game, just keep an eye out for that swing. It's absolutely beautiful and it makes a lot of noise. All right, let's talk about a couple National League guys here now. Edward Florentino, another Pittsburgh Pirate. He's not as famous as some of these other prospects, again, because he's a little bit younger and in the Pirate system a little bit further down, but he's got massive upside. Florentino's 19 years old, 6'3", 200 pounds, and at that size, he's been playing center field, which is always interesting. He's also played a little bit of first base in the past, but center field, right field, keep an eye out for him out there. I want to see how he handles the position in the Futures Game. I want to see how he moves, because if he's able to hold his own in the outfield, it completely changes his ceiling. He becomes a different prospect than if he's only at first base. In terms of ceiling, raw power's through the roof, a 60 grade on MLB Pipeline. He can also run, which is always a fun combination. There's definitely some swing and miss in his game, and he's still a very raw prospect, but the ability to have that kind of power while possibly playing center field at the major league level, I gotta see what's going on there. Someone that the Pirates fans should be very excited to watch, and you should too if you like baseball. More NL Central players. Let's talk about two of the National League catchers that absolutely mash, and I'll be honest, I don't care about their defense. I don't care. I'm not even going to talk about it for a second. Rainiel Rodriguez, Alfredo Duno. These are two of the best hitting prospects in the minor leagues. Alfredo Duno is doing crazy things. Rainiel Rodriguez is doing really good things. Rodriguez's hit tool is fantastic. His power is off the charts, a 65 power grade. Not the greatest of athletes, and may not stick at the catcher position, but the bat is just so loud, and that's why you're excited about him. The power is really, really good, and we've seen it this year already. 11 homers, 13 doubles so far in 69 games. He's all the way up at AA as a 19-year-old. And then while Duno is the lower ranked prospect at the moment, he's the guy I want to talk about the most. 20 years old, all the way up at AA right now. 6'2", 210 pounds. He's a little bit better behind the plate, but I'm also really excited about what he's doing at the plate offensively. I don't think he's ever going to be a high average guy. Again, there's going to be some swing and miss when you take war hacks like Alfredo Duno does. But 18 homers, 15 doubles so far in 71 games between high A and AA. And in his small sample in AA, he's absolutely mashed for the Chattanooga Lookouts. It's a violent swing. It's exciting to watch, and I want to see how loud the ball sounds off his bat. Got the future catcher of the Cincinnati Reds. The bat is so good. Imagine what he's going to do in that ballpark. Final two players to talk about in today's video. We've got last year's #1 overall pick, Eli Willits of the Washington Nationals. At the time, didn't seem like the obvious pick. Now, the Nationals have made an incredible pick at #1. Eli Willits is the #3 prospect in all of baseball according to MLB Pipeline, and it makes a lot of sense. The biggest thing that I had worries about for Eli Willits was what was his power going to look like. And this year, the exit velos are up, the bat-to-ball skills are up, everything is up. He was always a really good glove at shortstop. He is going to stick there. That's going to be his position. And in 68 games, he got 12 homers, 17 doubles, 51 RBIs, stealing 38 bases, walking a ton. He's got a .413 on-base percentage with a .279 average, a .911 OPS. It's a five-tool player. He can run, he can hit. The power is developing, which is so exciting. And at 18 years old, he's all the way up to high A already, way young for the level. And in 21 games, he really hasn't struggled one bit. He has 6 home runs. He's walked more than he struck out. Eli Willits is awesome. He's so good, and I can't wait to watch him play against these other amazing prospects. He's a phenomenal baseball player. And then, of course, the last guy we got to talk about, the #2 prospect in all of Major League Baseball according to Pipeline. You've heard his name before. It's El Mutante Leo DeVries. DeVries is another 5-tool prospect, and just like Jesus Mate, he also has a future value of 65, which is kind of crazy to see. At 19 years old, he's all the way up to AA. You remember his name because he was a top prospect traded for Mason Miller last year at the deadline. A's made out like bandits here. At 19, he's hitting 281 with a 371 on base, 799 OPS at AA, 10 home runs, 12 doubles, 28 stolen bases at the AA level as a 19-year-old is incredible. He's swinging and missing a little bit much right now. Definitely want to see him cut that down a little bit, but again, he's still so young for the level that he's at. And for the A's, they want him to be the franchise player. He has the chance to be a franchise player. He has a chance to be the guy that when they get to Las Vegas, everybody's wearing his jersey. The ceiling is absolutely insane for El Mutante. At 19 years old, his MLB ETA, people think he could get called up this year. That's how good he is. Do I think it will happen? Probably not. Probably happens in 2027, but man, he's so talented. You're watching a future all-star, possible MVP in the making. The shortstops in this game are absolutely loaded. So there are the 15 prospects in the Futures game I'm most excited to watch. Drop in the comment section below. Was there someone I didn't give enough credit to? If I didn't mention a player in today's video, it doesn't mean I don't think that they're going to be good. I just didn't want to talk about 40 guys, and this game is absolutely loaded. Can't wait to see some of the new names that pop up. Before the video ends, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the content coming at you. Drop a like on the video. It really helps support what I do over here. And follow me on all my social media, GiraffeNickMark. Links are in the description. That's where I'll wrap it up. You know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload, so click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!